Greetings, people. I come again in peace. There's a lot of people saying Fury and AJ has to happen. It must happen. It's got to happen. Does it really matter if AJ and Fury fight? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see it, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
And so how much does the Anthony Joshua fight excite you as a challenge?
When it happens, it happens. You know, I'm not, like I say, I don't need Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua don't need me.
And countless other times. Wembley against Joshua, biggest fight ever in British boxing. That must be something that really...
Not interested at all. Doesn't even tickle me fancy.
Undisputed and unifying job. It's all me. Not interested. Whoever the fights are.
It's officially over for Joshua. He's now out in the cold with the Wolfpack.
Fury has stated many times he doesn't need to fight Joshua. He's done everything possible to avoid the AJ fight. Everybody had to jump through hoops to finally get the Usyk fight. And if we do get the rematch, what's the likelihood Fury goes into an AJ fight? Public pressure and money aren't guaranteed to budge Fury. Fury doesn't feel he has to prove anything. He can pretty much say he's the greatest, and a surprising amount of people will accept and affirm his posturing. He's made lots of money already. Would another big purse entice him to do what he doesn't really want to do? Even Turkey isn't convinced Fury will take that fight now. He said after the Usyk fight, we'll have to see what he'll do. Meaning Fury. Maybe he'll want to continue. Maybe he'll want to retire. We don't know. We cannot control the fighters. If he still wants to fight, we would love to see this great fight. Now that doesn't sound like Turkey sounded 6 months ago. It seems Turkey's ambience has changed. The tone, mood, resonance isn't the same. Has he lost confidence in Fury? He's not a fool. He knows how difficult it is to work with Fury, and it must have cost him substantially. Barry Hearn, Gareth A. Davis, amongst others, have said the fight must happen. Well, the world will still be here if they don't. And the blame can be laid squarely at Fury's feet. Gareth said, it's heinous if AJ doesn't fight Wilder or Fury. It's like Djokovic not playing against Federer or Nadal. I agree, what a good analogy. That goes to show what Fury and Wilder have been able to get away with. Everybody now knows that the only person who was chasing the fights was AJ. They were comfortable fighting each other and claiming they were the best fighters of this era, and unashamedly attributing blame to the boxer seeking and probing for the fight. Now that's very unjust. What people like Gareth A. Davis, Simon Jordan and the usual suspects have to realise is that they are obliquely responsible. If the journalists, pundits, made a real effort to pressure Wilder and Fury at the time, the public tension, annoyance would have inundated the media to such an extent that they would be backed into a corner and have to take the fight that everybody wanted to see. But now the media is talking about what a travesty it is and how massive the fight would be. It's a little late for that now. Boxing shouldn't have to wait for a Saudi billionaire to stimulate fights that was already there. Wilder is pretty much out of the picture now and exposed. Fury is on the cusp of being completely denuded, and already his claims of being the best of this era has been debunked. The people who were supporting that talk, those claims, must be or should be embarrassed.
Shame on you.
The astonishing and staggering thing is that Gareth A. Davis and Ade said that AJ would have to beat Dubois, then beat Fury, then beat Usyk to be considered number one of this era. Fury would just have to beat Usyk. What? What type of sorcery is this? Am I missing something here? AJ has already got a better resume than Fury, but he needs to fight and win 3 times to Fury's 1. Come on, this is numerical alchemy.
When did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Look, if Fury somehow beats Usyk, he'd still have to fight AJ and defend his belts against live opponents to be considered anywhere near the best of this era. I agree, it is egregious and scandalous that the fight hasn't happened, but it's deplorable and disgraceful on Fury and Wilder. Lay the blame where it belongs. Let's point the finger at the true culprits. Let's not enchant and beguile the fans with illusionary hypotheses. If the fight happens, great, but this is predicated on so many different permutations. Like who wins their next fight, who loses, how they win, how they lose, will Fury retire, how much money, what's the splits, yada yada yada. You get my point. Fury's not infantile. He knows AJ is not only a puncher, but a competent boxer, which means he'd most definitely land on him. And if Usyk, Ngannou, Pichek, Cunningham, to name a few, can put him down, AJ would punch him into dormancy. You'd be naive to hold your breath on this one. If Fury beats Usyk, he'll take the victory and run. If he loses, especially if it's grueling, it's doubtful he'd step in the ring again. And definitely not against AJ. It would be refreshing to see Fury, if he lost, to still fight within the top 10. There's no shame in losing. Anyway, that's my take. Thanks for listening. I do appreciate it. And subscribe if you feel to. And remember, choose life.